I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft, and today's question left me rather adrift in a sea of emotion. Surprise, pride, disappointment, and ultimately confusion. Allow me to explain. It turns out that earlier this year I was nominated for a Hugo Award, the Hugos being a recognition and a celebration of achievement in the world of literary strangeness and the fantastic. In this case, I was nominated for Best Fan Writer, and I thought perhaps it might have something to do with my current project, but no, it turns out that it was a retroactive nomination for all the work I did in 1940, 3 years after I died. It turns out there are certain technical allowances for works that have been published posthumously, so I suspect that August Derleth had his dirty dealings in that business. Nevertheless, it is a singular experience to learn in one day that an award exists, that one has been nominated for it, and subsequently has lost. But that's not what interests me. What interests me is the category itself, fan writer. Now, I understand it's important to have a space for people who not just write science fiction and fantasy, but who write about it in somewhat informal settings. But the very notion of fandom is peculiar. Now, in my time, we all enjoyed good writers. I, of course, was rather obsessive about Poe, but I feel like we did not wrap up so much of our identity with these grand heroes of literature that we would dedicate ourselves in such a manner, or indeed declare ourselves to be fanatical. And more than that, fandom as a community has taken on a whole new life of its own. It's insular, and it seeks to identify a group by their passions, and in so doing it creates a whole environment where, well, critical reasoning can sometimes be left at the doorstep. Now, this is in no way an indictment of people coming together to celebrate their loves, or indeed for enjoying things with passion and enthusiasm. But when you so invest of yourself in some external force, or identify with them to the degradation of oneself, it stops looking like a group of people coming together to enjoy something, and indeed looks rather more like a cult. And trust me, I know about cults. They may make for fun, pulp, action, adventure, but in real life, they're far more troublesome. So, enjoy the things you enjoy. Allow them to inspire you to create works of wonder of your own, but don't get too carried away. I would also be remiss if I did not congratulate the gentleman who won this award, Ray Bradbury. If I have to lose an award I've never heard of, I'd rather lose it to such a great figure as Mr. Bradbury. What can I say? I'm a big fan. As always, I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft. Thank you. I'm a pound this one back from my good friend Chuck Tingle. Next year, buckaroos. Next year.